if you're facing a lot of challenges, a lot of resistance, it is just an indication that there is a wealth of information, a wealth of outputs that you have been assigned to give back at the end of that tunnel. So just keep going.
You want to be a leader during this disruptive technological pandemic landscape and beyond. You know that an intentional mindset shift backed with action and responsible management can renew our global relationship to wealth, health, spirituality, and each other. These are the keys to achieving a balanced lifestyle. In this podcast, your host, Lady Doris Choto, will help you rise to your potential. With a mindset shift, you will put your skills and talents to the highest use and shine with a spirit of excellence. What a man thinketh, so is he. You were born to achieve whatever you want, so spread your wings and soar like an eagle. We are building a leadership community, nationally and internationally, a hub for the leaders of today and tomorrow. We are here to take action because it's time for a mindset shift that will lead to a paradigm of wealth, health, spirituality, and relationships. Please welcome Lady Doris Choto.
Trying to make something work here. Wonderful. So, I am so privileged to be here. This is a podcast for the mindset of excellence. So on this podcast, we invite the most amazing, most inspirational, life-changing, game changers to just inspire our audiences. And today, we are privileged and absolutely privileged to have one of the best, and I mean best inspiring individuals. And we have Dr. Magbor Atem. So she is here to give us nuggets and inspiration. So we are going to just give the floor to our guest and say welcome. And I will say, if you can, help our listeners to know who you are and introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your journey into the world of, to start off with, you are the author of the DevOps book, and I'll let you go through how that came about and where we are now. So the floor is yours, Doc.
Thank you very much, Dee. Thank you for having me. It is a privilege and an honor to be here, just to be able to inspire others. And so I have a very interesting background, but my genus is I help businesses eliminate inefficiencies and optimize the flows, their workflows, by helping them to craft their expertise and deliver more value to their clients with speed and precision. And so the book on DevOps is where my journey started. I am an award-winning author of 2 books right now. And I also am just passionate about transforming the bottom line for businesses. The first book, the book on DevOps, is where my authorship journey started. And as I've continued to build thought leadership, being a keynote speaker at so many international conferences, just inspiring women. I was also recently appointed the ambassador for women in data science to Cameroon. And that has been one of my biggest highlights. Wow. Because I was able to, initially I thought it would just be something like speaking to 50 to 100 women. But as I began telling my story and I began encouraging the women to just take up space and not apologize for being in rooms that traditionally women would not be in, and just telling them that we need to start this journey. When I turned up to Cameroon for this event, there were over 450 women. Wow. And their husbands were there too.
Really?
And they were and I was like, oh my goodness, this is the story. This is the story I like to tell. And that is the transformation I like to experience. And as I go about around the world telling my story and sharing possibilities for not only women that look like me, but executives that are passionate about creating a positive change and making a positive impact. I am always looking to see these different ways in which they are able to transform the work that they do. And so my second book is on value beyond numbers, solving operational inefficiencies.
Wow. Second book. This is inspirational. Tell us more.
Yeah, so the book on DevOps was actually designed to help, especially people who want to transition into IT, into data science, into AI, and be able to leverage those tools to improve their productivity and their output. And in that book, I literally break down what DevOps is about and why it is even important. And I have had even market women read some of the chapters and come out with value. Because again, my goal is to create success systems for the marketplace. And so, for example, if let's say you're in a restaurant and you own a restaurant and someone comes to you to have a meal. Their goal is to have a good meal with a beautiful experience, right? And so when you take the order of what they want to eat, right, you don't go and assume the things that they want. You literally co-create their experience with them, right?
Oh, wow.
And by the order, right? You take the order, you ask them if they have allergies, if there is any way, do they like the meal well done or not well done? In other words, you're co-creating that experience with them, right? Such that when they finish with the meal, they are able to say, wow, this restaurant was amazing. Now, it wasn't only the food that was amazing. The customer felt heard because you co-created their experience with them.
Absolutely.
And so this is what I have translated into that book of DevOps. When you are you're going for an interview into an organization, you're not only being interviewed by the organization, you're also interviewing them. Do they present the values of a place where you would like to call your second home? Are they able to allow you bring your authentic self? And also enable you and create a platform for you to grow. Because personally, if I am in a place where I cannot grow, I don't want to be in that place.
You want to go where you are celebrated, right?
Exactly.
I love
want to
that.
be celebrated as well as be able to contribute. Because if we are only taking and not contributing, then we are arm robbers. But you want to be able to contribute, you want to be able to co-create value with your clients so that they are satisfied, and then you want to be able to provide that value a lot faster.
Wow.
And so this is the work that I do, whether on the executive coaching side as well as the business transformation side. And that's a little bit, not so much a little bit, but a little bit about me.
I am so inspired. And I like the way you simplified the process to think about the experience that one would really have when one goes to a restaurant, how you're comparing that to DevOps and how that gives the essence of delivering a product that meets the customer requirements. I like that. So, I get the way you're putting it, because in the agile methodology that you're talking about, it's just so simplified and makes it easier for people to understand, for clients to understand. Oh, thank you so much for that. So as you were talking, I was just sensing the confidence in which you are delivering and expressing yourself. And I just want to ask you, what inspired you to write your first book, The DevOps? And what were the specific moments? And even the second book that you are now, it's now on Amazon. Just the authority. How did those ideas come about? Because somebody in the audience is thinking, if I wanted to do that, how can I do it? So please share your thoughts about that.
Yes, amazing. And so with my first book, I have this phenomenal coach, Raymond Aaron, and he has been my coach quite a long time, since 2008.
Wow.
And Raymond helped me even appreciate myself. So first of all, I come from a background, I'm originally from Central Africa, and I come from a background where pretty much women are not celebrated. And the only thing before, like when my mom was, it was the women were only made to get married, right? However, as I was growing, I kind of had a hunger for like fixing things, improving the place as I go, and I told myself, if I could be a pathfinder for women, and women could look at me as an example and be motivated, then that's what I want to do.
Yes.
And so as I ventured into the field of business and project management, I saw the need to be able to expand into IT, and not only IT, but also healthcare IT, whereby what I'm doing in the back end is actually changing and affecting lives in the front end.
Absolutely.
And so I began studying all of these IT processes, and in the beginning, it did not make sense to me at all. But then when I sat down and started bringing analogies to it, and I started looking at ways in which I could break down what is actually happening in this code and relate it to day-to-day life, it kind of clicked right away.
Wow.
And then I realized that so many people were struggling because it did not click. And so right there and then I started explaining these IT concepts to my fellow colleagues, my fellow friends, just by breaking it down and relating it to day-to-day activities.
Wow.
And that way I was able to say, oh, wow, there is really a need. Because when I even went to my second company and I was applying I didn't have much confidence in myself. So I said, look, I just transitioned to IT not long ago and I just want an entry-level job. And they said, no, we have interviewed you. You don't sound like entry level.
Wow.
No level, because we think you can be able to train more people.
Wow.
And just because of the way I related to the work that was being done. And even when I got hired, when I come to work, I bring my authentic self.
Sure.
I want to understand the problem. I want to understand what the client's priorities are. Because you don't want to be solving a problem that is not the client's priorities. You want to solve a problem that keeps them awake at night.
Yes.
And as I focused on that, I realized my team began getting even bigger projects. We had a lot more visibility. I said to myself, wow, if I can put all of these processes in a book, then I think it is going to inspire people.
Sure.
It's going to demystify the whole IT, transitioning into IT, and encourage more people to get into IT, especially women of color.
Definitely.
And
wow.
Actually, when I put this book on DevOps, the first year it was launched, it actually came in as in second place on the best books of DevOps at the DevCon conference.
That is amazing and is profound. And again, you stress the elimination of complicating processes and looking for ways to simplify processes. And I like that. I think when we were talking the other day, I was just explaining how I had attended the project management course and had done and because I did the AI recruitment process of a system, and just understanding from what you're saying, without simplifying processes, it becomes very complicated. So within that, I'm sensing that your journey with your career, I know most times things just don't come easy. There are ups and downs. And what were some of the biggest challenges you faced along the way, so that our listeners can be inspired by how you overcame some of those challenges?
That's amazing. It's funny that you say that, because it's difficult for me to even think about any time things have been easy in my life.
Wow.
But one of my biggest challenges, which has continued to remain an inspiration for me, is just nailing the process of my doctorate program. And so I started a doctorate program. I did live in the UK for a bit, and I started my doctoral program there. But it was so challenging. After 3 years of burning the midnight candle, it got so frustrating, so challenging, that it did not work out.
Wow.
And so out of the trauma, I actually dropped off.
Yes.
After 9 years, I decided, let me try again. And I went back to another doctorate program over here in the US.
Yes.
I started the program in the second semester. It was full of chaos.
Wow.
And as I just started networking with professors and just speaking to people, different people in the education space, I came across a professor that told me, look, at this point in time, you're excelling in the industry. Why not, instead of looking at PhDs, why not consider a doctorate program?
Yes.
Whereby you're able to bring in your expertise in industry as well as learn academia.
Yes.
And would actually provide a great platform for you to be able to work in either industry or academia.
Wow.
So 10 years after having started my first doctorate program, I took on this Doctor of Business Administration and specializing in information systems. And it was extremely difficult. So many times I thought about quitting.
Wow.
But the value I got out of this program.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually went on to launch my consulting business.
Wow.
While in the program.
That is amazing.
And this was the thing they advised us strictly not to do.
You are so brave.
I have no idea, but what I'm getting from this program, I cannot keep it. I need to set up something.
Yes.
And as I set up the business, it just literally exploded.
Wow.
Before I could even finish that doctorate program, I was appointed to teach as an adjunct professor in the same university. Something
amazing.
that happened.
Wow.
And I said to myself, wow, when this kind of doors open, then God has been kind to me. There is a story I have to tell.
Wow.
And as I began teaching and telling my story, I realized my classes started filling up. I started being invited to be a keynote speaker. Businesses started requesting more consultation.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
Last year, I had to revamp my whole business to be able to actually capture all of the clients that were coming to me. Then the amazing icing on the cake was in that third year of my doctorate program, as I was preparing for graduation, the Project Management Institute actually approached me and asked me if I could be an approved provider for the PMP certification as well.
Oh my!
And so
that is amazing.
I say this to say the road was rocky. It was traumatic. Even my final defense was so traumatic because I had my a member of my committee just changed things on me, and I had 1 week to turn that dissertation around or I would not graduate.
Wow.
And I said to myself, you cannot kill a dead man. If the person is dead, the person is already dead. So
That's
if
true.
I be short on sleep, I might as well just keep being short on sleep and turn this around. And I was able to turn that dissertation around in
Wow.
under 1 week.
That is
And
amazing.
just because I have purposed, my life mission is I don't take no for an answer.
Yes.
No, to me, I interpret it as, okay, maybe God wants me to become more efficient and show me a better way of doing what I was going to originally do.
Wow.
And so that is my story of resilience. You can still have that promise, you can still have that idea being birthed, even if it takes 10 years to bring it out.
That is amazing. That is transformational, inspirational, and encouraging. So, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many setbacks
Yes.
one faces, if you are focused on what you want to do and achieve, it will be done.
Yes.
Wow.
It will be. And once you nail the process, it becomes easier because by God's grace, today I actually own 3 separate companies.
Wow.
And on top of that, being a professor, an assistant, an adjunct professor at the university. And I also help build curriculums for other universities, data science programs. And when I look at all of these things, I just see the story of resilience.
The story
So
of
I like to
resilience.
tell my mentees that if you're facing a lot of challenges, a lot of resistance, then it is just an indication that there is a wealth of information, a wealth of outputs that you have been assigned to give back at the end of that tunnel. So just keep going.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Amen to that. I am just so inspired and honored to be having this conversation about how you have expressed and explained the journey to where you managed to achieve what you intended to do 10 years ago, and then you kept your eye on the ball and you achieved it. So in all that was happening, can you share a moment when you doubted your path and what kept you going?
Absolutely. Especially the new book I just launched, which is Value Beyond Numbers. When I started that book, it was because of the challenges I saw in some of my clients. I would speak to clients, they had all this brilliance, they had all this expertise. However, they still kept running broken systems. And I said to myself, I have to say something. Inefficiency is very expensive.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we may not see it, but it slows you down. It frustrates the best team members you're actually spending money by bringing them on. And it also bleeds your profits.
Yes.
And so I said to myself, and in most cases, the business owners, the people don't even realize how much they are bleeding. It's too late.
Wow.
And so I said to myself, rather than allow people scale broken systems,
Yes.
which kind of looks like you're stepping on the gas with the handbrake on, it doesn't matter how fast you accelerate in the wrong direction, it is still the wrong direction.
It's still the wrong direction, indeed.
How can I help these executive buyers, these business owners, these people just remove all of this waste and streamline processes so that they can achieve more.
Sure.
And also be encouraged while doing it. Because sometimes as business owners, we set out with this idea that maybe no one else around us believes in that idea but us.
Yes.
But the only thing that guarantees success is that we have been able to assess that the risks in front of us are worth taking. And also assess that even if we fall short of anything, it will not kill us completely.
Yes.
But something will spring out of it. And
Yes.
so putting this in a book was my way of saying, this is what I want to give out to the universe.
Sure.
I want to create, again, like my book on DevOps, I want to create a, if you will, a run book. Kind of like a checklist that will show people what is actually costing them to continue to operate in those inefficiencies.
Sure.
And also show them the way out. Because sometimes it's you may have an idea, but you don't even know how to implement that idea in a way that will be successful.
Correct.
And so this is what this book talks about. It talks about inside your chaos. Don't just drown because you're in chaos.
Yes.
But use chaos to bring out patterns, identify trends that you can use to be able to provide and produce the best output.
Wow.
This is what my favorite book, the Bible, says, beauty for ashes.
Yes.
There is beauty in ashes. There is beauty in chaos. And how you get from ashes to beauty or from chaos to clarity is just by following a master and a clear roadmap, a strategic roadmap that will get you there in no time. And that is what I aim to do in this book.
Wow. And that book is called Value Beyond Numbers.
It's called Value Beyond Numbers. It's part of the Authorities
Yes.
series. And I can guarantee that anyone that reads this book will be able to transform their bottom line in the fastest way possible.
That is amazing. And listeners, this book is on Amazon. It's called Value Beyond Numbers. It's a book to read, a must read. As you hear, it will help you navigate the space of understanding that there may be a chaos in business. There are things that may not be going well, but we all need guidance. Without the sat-nav, you get lost. And there's a book that can actually guide you to improve processes, to make changes and tweak things within the methodologies of what you're doing in your business or in your life. This is life-changing. So again, this book, Value Beyond Numbers, is a book to have. It's on Amazon. Thank you for that, Doc. I just want to really explore again the story you talked about and just saying, is there, if the audience will be like, can you just give us a real life example, maybe that you've written about in your book, in your DevOps book, or in this new book, Value Beyond Numbers, that can resonate with the audience, that you can share with us?
Absolutely. And again, I like to bring things down. And so one of the stories that I share is, imagine that you went to again a restaurant, and you said, well, I would like to order an orange, right? And then the restaurant owner said, oh my goodness, I know exactly what you want. And they went back and came back after 1 hour and then brought you an apple, well packaged apple in a very expensive packaging with bows and ribbons. How will you?
Yeah, I like that example.
this is the error that a lot of us make. We think, and it's interesting, we think that we actually understand what the client is asking for. And we bring the solution of what we thought the client asked for. But that's completely different from the requirements, what they need.
Yes.
And so by continually doing this, and it's very funny because I just remembered another story.
Yes.
I was trying to build this STEAM enrichment center for kids. I said to the architect, can you design a space? In this space, we will have 6 rooms. One of the rooms will be for culinary, one will be for coding, one will be for engineering, there will be one for art, and there will also be one for science. And we will have an open space where kids can just be creative.
Yes.
We don't need many bathrooms. We just need a bathroom for the boys and the girls because it's a small space. It's about 2,900 square feet. And he says, I know exactly what you want. And he goes back and comes back with 6 to 8 bathrooms, no culinary space, 4 rooms instead of 6. And he says, this is exactly what you need. And it's funny how I said, oh my God, I need to give this guy my book on DevOps.
Yes, you needed that.
I'm trying to tell you that what you think I need is not what I need, what I asked for.
Yes.
I am the buyer, I am the client. I asked for 6 rooms and 2 bathrooms.
Yes.
One for males and one for females. And you come back and give me 6 bathrooms with 4 rooms.
Yes.
How exactly does that answer my question?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the error that we go about in our careers. We go into the job that we think we are skilled for and ignore the jobs that our talents are good for.
Wow.
And then we keep asking ourselves why we are not fulfilled, why we are not happy
Yes.
in what we're doing, just because we have had that mismatch.
That's a mismatch. And you know what I'm loving here? In my other life, I wrote a book called Career Leadership Coaching Today. I think we talked about it when we were just kind of discussing outside of this series. And my book is about strengths and talents. And what you are really saying here is, if we don't align what we are gifted to do, and when we have like this person, the architect, who is supposed to be an expert in his field, you've given him a mandate of what you want. He comes back with with something different. It's
Totally different and confident in what he's presenting.
And when you said about how businesses may end up losing money in thinking they're doing what they're supposed to do, because the time that somebody took in designing what wasn't really asked for, because they had to go back to the drawing board, didn't they?
Yes.
To come back again with what you asked for in the first place. And that was time lost. On your part, yes, and on his part, which was, wow. So, audience, our listeners are hearing this. Listening, communication is key. And how would you say, Doctor, you have found this space of communication? What tips would you give our listeners about the skill of listening?
Absolutely.
And communication?
Thank you so much for that question, because that actually follows this story in my book. Make sure you're going to meetings with a notebook and pen. Even if you're recording or using AI to record, always have a notebook and pen. Secondly, if you're attending a meeting where you are not the expert, You're not the subject matter expert. Make sure you are bringing a subject matter expert with you to be able to help you translate whatever it is, that the client is asking for.
Wow.
When you're done, you need to always repeat back to the client, just to make sure I captured what you needed. Let me repeat back to you what I heard and what I think you need. That statement alone solves problems and saves you the pain and brings you more business.
Absolutely.
Because not only does it make the client feel heard, it also makes the client know that you're passionate about making sure that you solve the right problem for them.
Absolutely. I love that. I'm just so amazed. If we just taking a step back so our listeners hear this. When the client or the project sponsor, for example, you were sponsoring the building of the project you were telling us about.
Right.
And you explained to the architect what you desired. And if he had done what you are saying, listening, writing things down, and coming back to say, is this what you asked for? There would have been an outcome which solved the problem in delivering a project based on what you were asking for. So the key here for us, all of us to learn, is that if the project sponsor, the client asks for something, we need to make sure that we work towards delivering what has been asked for. A product that meets the requirements of what the client wants. So this is where we are learning today that if there's any one of the other takeaways, that all the other things that have been listed is about listening, about communication, about taking a pen and making sure that when you're recording, you also go back to the project sponsor, to the client, to verify that what they are asking for is being given, to make sure that they smile with what you produce or deliver. I so like the way you explain that, Doc. And with that, for the listeners, the advice you would give to anyone who is aspiring to, you talked about the DevOps, you talked about your new book. By the way, these two books are on Amazon. And just saying to people who are aspiring to be in tech, whether women, whether young people or men, to be tech professionals or authors who want to make an impact in the space of this fast-moving AI-related environment. What nuggets would you give our audience, please, Doctor?
Absolutely. I would say have an open mind. The people who are excelling in IT and the AI space, they don't have two hearts. They all have one heart. And so if they were able to get into it, you can learn it too.
Wow.
And just by having an open heart, this book on DevOps is a beautiful way in which you can ease yourself into the IT space without being overwhelmed. I say that because I was overwhelmed and everything just felt like too many concepts to learn, a new language, too many things happening at the same time. How do I navigate myself?
Yes.
And the book on DevOps will help you to navigate yourself. Now, if you have been even in the IT space for a bit, but you are looking to get into management level, there is also a portion in that book on DevOps that can help you.
Yes.
Train you how to build a team, a winning team, a team that is sufficient, that is motivated, and that is willing to bring their best foot forward every single day. And how you can celebrate success and be able to build capacity and skill such that that success is sustainable.
Wow.
So there is also a portion there for managers. And then if you're saying to yourself, well, I'm not even in the IT space, I just want to be able to grow at an exponential level, change the chaos and clarity, change the chaos around me to clarity, I would say go to my book, Value Beyond Numbers.
Yes.
This book will help you, first of all, identify the chaos and then pick out the patterns and create a trend that you can use to actually build your strategy roadmap to clarity and to be able to create that platform for exponential growth.
That's amazing.
And so for business owners and entrepreneurs, especially if you're one of those that when you take a vacation, your entire business takes a vacation with you. We need to talk. I can help you.
Wow.
Because with this book, Value Beyond Numbers, I will work with you to co-create solutions that will enable your business to work on autopilot, whether you are in the business or whether you're on vacation.
That is amazing. And to say that this is something that has been missing, a puzzle in how a lot of businesses would be started, but if the processes are not there, then it becomes a challenge to make things happen. And I'm just pointing you again to audience. The book is called Power Beyond Numbers. Value Beyond Numbers. And it's so essential that you are equipped with the right tools to make sure that your business thrives in this AI-driven landscape. And COVID brought about a whole turnaround of a world that we were all new to. Still, things are changing. So I would like to encourage you to take the nuggets that Doc has just explained. And I think in just kind of coming to the end of our podcast of this session, what are the next steps for you? Are there any new projects, any ideas or missions you are excited to tackle in the world of AI, DevOps, and this new book you have just launched?
Absolutely. I am just blown away because I have been able to see people just rise up and change the trajectory of their business with this new and even the project I spoke about with the architect is my baby project, but it's so close to my heart. It's Idea Lab Kids in Concord, North Carolina. And this is a space where I want kids to be VIPs, to be able to learn all of the skills that some of us learned when we were adults. Have the opportunity to learn those skills from childhood so that they have a leg forward as they grow into their careers or their future desires. And so that's a current community project that is close to my heart. In fact, my own kids have taken the bull by the horns. My 8-year-old is currently writing her book.
Oh, wow.
Also currently, she has written already so many stories, which we're planning to put together in a book.
Wonderful.
And so this is a project that I'm looking to take all of these things I'm doing with adults and channel it in a way that children can also be a part of it.
Wow.
More importantly, I just launched my Fast and Furious program, helping people who have ideas and want to create businesses to be able to implement those package the brilliance, implement those ideas, and also scale with confidence. This way, it's not taking them 3 to 4 years to actually launch the business, but in the case of months.
Yes.
And then it comfortably. And so those are my 2 projects. I also have a 3rd book in the works.
Wow.
But I want to hold on with that for now.
Yes.
And just be able to celebrate the transformation that my book Value Beyond Numbers is currently creating in the marketplace, in industry.
Yes.
Hands of leaders, and just offer these programs. And I'm happy to connect as well on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I'm always delivering and offering keynote speeches and having meaningful conversations, because that's how we change the world, one conversation at a time.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Doctor, you have inspired me. You have inspired our listeners. I think it would be really helpful again for you to just again give us the title of the DevOps books. The first book, sorry.
Absolutely. So the first book is the book on DevOps, Guaranteed Success Systems for the Marketplace.
Wonderful. Is there a website for this book? It's on Amazon, right?
It is on Amazon, yes.
Wonderful.
Or you could just go to thebookondevops.com.
Oh, the book on DevOps.com. You get that book. Thank you. And the second book?
The second book is Value Beyond Numbers, and it's an authorities series. So if you put in Amazon the authorities book, you would see the book Value Beyond Numbers, and you would see my name on it.
Amazing.
The good thing about the book Value Beyond Numbers is that I also brought in experts in the field to just add icing to the cake. And so for my clients that actually get the book Value Beyond Numbers,
yes,
you do have sprinkles from Les Brown,
wow,
Brian Tracy, Marcy Smirnoff, and Raymond Aaron.
Wow.
Valuable excerpts that they have, chapters that they have been able to add, because I really wanted my clients to have that icing on the cake, that wow factor after they have been able to get the knowledge that I wanted to share with them.
Wow, wow, wow. And these, you said Les Brown, Raymond Aaron.
Yes. Brian
Tracy. And
Nancy Shemoff.
My goodness, these are experts. And this is a time where we are celebrating Dr. Magbor Atem. You are an inspiration at such a time as this. And to be honored to have you on this show, we are absolutely grateful that you have taken your time to come and share and inspire our audience. I want to say thank you so much. No doubt, I did say before we came on the show, we are going to invite you back again to come and inspire us in future. And I hope you will make time for us. I know you are very busy. And to even think, with all that you have done, you are having to balance family, your commitments, writing books, and all these things happening. We are celebrating you, and you are a blessing to all of us at such a time as this. And we thank God that you are focusing on being purpose-driven, doing what you were born to do, and keeping your eye on that dream, those aspirations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's all by the grace of God.
Amen. We are so grateful. And may the Lord bless you and keep you and continue to open opportunities and doors so that you can continue to change lives, to inspire lives, to really touch the lives of children as you are doing, and businesses. Thank you. And take care until next time. And audience, thank you for taking time to listen to this. And I do hope you will be listening to this with a pen and a book, taking notes and learning. Thank you so much. From me, Dee Choto, from the Mindset of Excellence podcast, thank you very much. Until next time, Doctor, bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Lady D offers one-on-one and group coaching with 10 master keys. These systems and structures will realign you with what you were born to do. Lady D delivers hands-on coaching, training, and mentoring with boldness, empathy, diplomacy, respect, wisdom, and inclusion in a safe environment, breeding true community spirit. Sharpen your strengths, talents, and gifts to avoid pitfalls. Get networked with confidence to excel. Begin your journey today by going to careerleadershipcoachingtoday.com or dorschoto.com.